Today we're talking pull-ups and dips. As you guys know, I am a fan of home workouts, and really that started for me sometime during COVID. When gyms were shutting down, I started transitioning to home workouts, and pull-ups have been a staple of my workout routine. The specific bar that we'll be reviewing today is called the Icon Fitness Trainer. Like I said, I picked this up around the 2020 timeframe, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I think it was roughly $75. But before you say that's too expensive, this pull-up bar actually came with an additional dip bar station, and I remember specifically paying a little bit more for that. Now also, this Icon Fitness bar, I can no longer find it on Amazon, but don't worry, there's a lot of bars just like this. And the price point is good. Nowadays, I've seen these bars for anywhere from $30 to $50. Just be sure that you're getting the right accessories, the accessories that you want. And I'll talk about a few of those accessories, including the dip station in just a second. Now let me focus on what I do like about this specific pull-up bar. One of the first things that comes to mind is how wide the bar is. I really like that because I like to vary the width of my grips when I'm doing pull-ups. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is the top bar has two types of cushioning. In the middle, I would call this more of a neoprene cushion. I'm not sure what to call the outside, the wide bar cushioning. It's not as soft, but the nice thing about it is it comes with two of these, or in other words, it comes with a replacement set. So, frankly, I don't think I'll need the replacement set, but it did come with it. So the wide grip is pretty good. Now, another thing that I really like about this bar, and I think you can see from the video, is that I'm sort of reaching up. That's not something that you think about when you're buying these bars, but since this is my second pull-up bar that I've owned, that was one thing that was top of mind for me. I remember with my old pull-up bar, I used to have to bend my knees significantly to do pull-ups in a door. Now, I still need to bend my knees a little bit, but it's much better than before. So I like the height. I like how elevated the actual bar, the pull-up bar is. Now, I've already hinted at this. I did get the dip station. The dip station is awesome because that's not something that you typically see with these pull-up bars, which I highly recommend. And the last two things that I like about this bar that I'll mention today is the bar also came with straps. Now the straps I think are ideal for that person who is looking to elevate their pull-up game, for that person who is somewhere in the range between 0 and maybe 5 pull-ups. Those straps are perfect because I personally think the best way to get better at pull-ups is to mimic the workout as closely as possible, and I think the straps are as close as you can get. So essentially, you're still doing those pull-ups, but your feet are on the ground and you're adjusting your legs to make the experience easier on you. And as soon as you build up enough strength using those straps, then I think you can graduate to the pull-up bar. Now the last thing I'll mention about this bar is pretty steady. I weigh about 180 pounds, maybe 185. And I feel very confident with this bar. I think we've all seen those videos where folks are breaking a pull-up bar, a door pull-up bar, and I don't think that's going to happen with this. The construction's pretty solid. Now the last thing I'll mention that I really do like about this pull-up bar is that you can fold it. You can fold it flat, so you really have, it's really easy to store and it's not cumbersome to store. Now the dislikes, and I'll jump into this one right away because I talked about how easy it is to store the pull-up bar. Well, that's not the same with the dip station. The dip station is still that awkward shape that is pretty hard to store. So although I like the dip station, it's not as convenient to store. Another thing I don't like about this pull-up bar is that I don't have those narrow grips. I enjoy doing those narrow grips, and that's not something that's available here. Another thing that I really don't like about this pull-up bar is that it'll scuff up your door. Yes, it does include some door protectors, but those door protectors aren't perfect. they're still gonna scuff up your door. So if you do end up buying something like this, my recommendation is stick a small hand towel between the trainer and the door, because it's gonna scuff it up otherwise. Now, the last thing I'll mention about this trainer is, although it is steady, it's not super steady. In other words, I wouldn't do kipping pull-ups, or I wouldn't do any swinging motion on this setup. Now on to the dip station. One of the things that I really like is that this connects directly onto your pull-up bar. So it's an added accessory that I otherwise wouldn't have. I also like that the door is protected. Again, you've got these door protectors that are, actually these are not gonna scuff up the door. And then the third thing that I do like is you can adjust the width of the bars. So that's awesome. And that's honestly something that I didn't expect. Now onto the things that I dislike. The dip station is not as solid as the pull-up bar is. So that's a little bit of a problem. And then the other thing is it completely gets in your way of the doorway. So I can't easily walk past it. So you're gonna have to take it off. And then the last thing that I don't like is I can't really neatly fold this up like I can the pull-up bar. Now let me talk about the straps. First of all, I like that the straps were included with this trainer, and there's also some level of adjustability. So as you can see, I've connected the straps on the very last loop, but you have different options, which is really nice. And then I'm also gonna say that the grips are pretty nice. They're soft, so I enjoy that. And what I dislike about them is they're fairly basic. It's one length, and that's pretty limiting in my opinion. So if I'm working on my reverse rows or a similar exercise, I would rather do them on my TRX straps that are more adjustable. Now overall, do I recommend this Icon Fitness trainer? Absolutely yes. If you have a small space, if you're working out in an apartment complex, or if you're doing home workouts, then this system is ideal. Plus, another bonus to having it right outside of my office is I can bang out a few pull-ups in between my meetings, in between my calls, before I get lunch. Wherever. It's just conveniently here, and it's a constant reminder that we should earn our dopamine, right, by doing some pull-ups. So there you go, guys. There's my review on the Icon Fitness trainer. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.